In my opinion, this is by far the best part of a training plan right here. Hey everyone, good morning. So we're just a few weeks away and the 20 miler done, performed well, and out of the training plan. I am now in taper mode and I couldn't be more relieved. The taper is almost just as important as training for the marathon itself, because you have put on so much stress, putting in the miles, putting in the work almost every single day. And now the taper is asking you to rest. There's good reason for that. It's to get you ready for race day. This is a very thin line on how to do a taper well. Don't do what I did on my first, when I didn't know any better. So I put in what I thought a training plan had to be for a marathon. And then when it said, hey, the hard work is done, I got 2 weeks to go until race day, I think in that 2-week time frame, honestly put maybe around 6-7 miles, a ton of rest days. And you don't want to do that, because essentially what you're telling your body is that, hey, you're done. Right now you're in recovery mode, which in fact, you're not. What you're doing instead is taking a little bit off the pedal, that hey, there's still more work to be done, but I'm just gonna give you a little bit of a breather for now. How do you walk this fine line? It has been scientifically proven in studies, and one of which I will put in the description below in case you want to see the detail. Athletes perform much better through a taper instead of directly through a training plan, which essentially means there is a difference, a substantial difference in your performance and your race times if you give yourself 2 to 4 weeks of a proper taper compared to you continuously building and lengthening your long run up to race day of 26 miles. Now, how a taper is executed can differ from one to another, though it tends to fall right around a certain guideline. Based on your peak mileage of training, your first week of taper should be 20% less. So for me, I was able to put in roughly about 3, if not 4 weeks straight of 50-mile weeks. Now, I would love to have done a little more, but I wanted to get used to doing 50-mile weeks consistently. So I'll count 50 as my peak week. Taking 20% off, currently this week, I am on pace to doing about 41 miles, which is roughly 20%. And then the week before your race, you're taking off about a third to maybe potentially as high as half of your peak week. So again, with my 50 miles, next week will be around 35, maybe even as low as 31. But again, you don't want to tell your body that you're in recovery mode. So instead, what you do is you compensate the lower mileage for higher intensity. No, that does not mean you run faster on your easy days or you run faster on your long runs. Instead, what you do is that your prescribed workouts for your speed runs, intervals, thresholds, and tempos, they're a little bit harder. But they shouldn't be too difficult because the mileage that surrounds those workouts are decreasing. So there is some compensation there. And through a lot of the collaboration that I've had through people who view my videos and comment on them, I've learned that a lot of you have a lot of experience running races, doing marathons, ultras, endless number of training plans. So there's definitely a lot of knowledge that I would like to learn from you. As much as there's a whole bunch of you that are novices that are wanting to learn more, that are learning from me. So my question would be, what has gone right or what has gone wrong in doing a taper? Is it something that you particularly didn't do? Was it something that was prescribed to you that just didn't feel right? So let me know in the comments. I'll put the question down below on What is your stance? What's your feeling surrounding the taper? We as runners can't complain because we have our health, we have our strength, and so with the races seem to be coming back onto the scene, we can't complain about that either. We'll enjoy it no matter what. So I'll leave you with that. Continue dreaming big with the race coming up. I definitely have big goals. I'll share that with you in the upcoming weeks to come. Continue putting in the work and make the impossible possible. Thanks, and see you on the next one.